Cordial. And what does this taste like? Well, what colour is it?
Orange.
You're very clever, Harrison. It's all right when you're single and you just want to drink yourself to death, but I had this little baby growing inside of me, and I like so frightened that I couldn't. That wasn't keeping me sober. Here's a kinder that you like. Matilda.
While the plight of Indigenous children is under scrutiny in the Northern Territory, there's a quieter crisis closer to home.
We've got a red car, haven't we?
I hear people say that, oh, you know, what about your kids? You should stop for your kids, but if you could, you would. It's not about that.
My baby was the last thing I thought about until I pulled the needle out of my arm, really.
New South Wales is about to introduce tough new laws to protect children from what the government calls deadbeat parents.
Thousands of children are being harmed or neglected because of their parents' alcohol or drug abuse.
Do you think there's a lot of white children out there that are in harm's way that should be removed?
Absolutely, I'm an example of it.
How many chances should drug users and alcoholics get before they forfeit their rights to be parents?
And is little Dale in any danger at all?
No. He's in danger of not having his parents if we ever relapse, but that's the only thing, and that didn't happen because I need him as much as he needs me.
There are hundreds and hundreds of parents who are desperate to adopt children and give love and give good homes. But there is this biology first principle.
I think it's just a load of crap. I think people should help people, not just take their children away.
Who loves putting gel in their hair?
So how do we know what's in the child's best interests? Four Corners takes an emotional journey with parents struggling to keep their kids and overcome their addictions.
Give me a look, Josie.
That's a mummy.
And we talk to children about the dangers of living amongst the violence and the chaos. 4-month-old Dale Weir appears to be a happy and healthy baby. Both Dale's parents have been long-term injecting drug users.
He gets pretty happy in the mornings when he wakes up.
How often do you feed a day?
I think it's about 6 a day, 6 or 7 a day.
Tom Weir and his partner live in high-rise public housing in Redfern. This is one of the poorest areas in Sydney. Drugs and crime are rampant. Tom was using and dealing, but he says he's stopped now.
You know, I've been on pause, you know, for as long as I can to, you know, hopefully get through it, you know. Admittedly, I've been dealing and doing that sort of stuff, but that's all behind me. I haven't done that for a couple, you know, since Billy's been with me 3 years, you know, over 3 years actually. You know, I don't want to go back. You know, as soon as someone comes to the door and they said, "Oh, Tom, you know, like I want you to, you know, get me something, blah, blah." And as soon as I think of the implications, I could just go and get them out and I could get caught on the way back and straight away I'm in and I've lost everything, you know. Oh, it's just not worth it.
Baby Dale has already spent 3 weeks of his short life in a residential drug rehabilitation centre with his mother.
He got his needles yesterday. Got one in each side. He got a lump about the size of a marble in each side. Well, he was asleep when he got him. He yelped. He's 8 kilos, just over 8 kilos at 4 months. He's doing real good.
But baby Dale has not always been doing so well. When he was born, he was addicted to methadone.
Come on.
The drug had been prescribed daily to his mother to help her in her battle to stop using illicit drugs. But it didn't prevent her from occasionally injecting speed.
6 weeks before you give birth, if you do have a shot within that time, well, it showed up, and because Bill was on donor as well, they checked him out, and he, had donor. So that was our downfall.
And how much does it mean for you to keep Dale?
Oh, it means heaps, mate. It means so much. So I'm gonna.
There's debate about the rights of drug and alcohol addicted parents and what's in the child's best interest. A parliamentary inquiry is looking into the impact of illicit drug use on families. Bronwyn Bishop, who is chairing the inquiry, believes the system is skewed towards the interests of the drug-using parents and not their children. She'd like to see more children adopted out.
Well, we hear the mantra, everything's done in the interest of the child, but evidence I've taken in not only the inquiry I'm doing now, but other inquiries show that lip service is paid to that, but it's not in the interest of the child.
But not everyone agrees with the permanent removal of children. Bernie Geary is the Victorian Child Safety Commissioner. He reviews the deaths of children in state care.
There are times during their use that their children shouldn't be with them, but there is nothing in my experience worse than a child who's sentenced to be without their parents for the rest of their lives.
We can't say this parent will be better off if they've got a doll to play with. This is a real, live child who must have opportunities and must be protected.
We've both got brown eyes, he's got blue eyes.
Under the current system, it's often difficult to remove children and put them up for adoption. There were only 60 local adoptions in Australia in the previous financial year. Children are often fostered out for short times during a family crisis. But now, in many states, there's a shortage of foster parents.
So what do we do if we remove these children and there's not enough foster places for them, and it's impossible to send them out for adoption under the current system?
Oh, we've got to change the system, don't we?
But I remember.
Tom Weir is 52 and has been using drugs since he was 18.
How hard is it to give up heroin?
It's pretty hard. It all depends, I reckon, on what you've got in life to sort of help that. But the more down you are, the harder it is to sort of give it the flick.
How long since you've had a job?
It's a hard question, that one. Geez, it would be probably about... fruit picking. I would have done fruit picking early 80s. Oh no, hang on, late 70s. Late 70s the last time I had a job, yeah.
So how hard is it to make ends meet?
Yeah. Well, to tell the truth, before Dale come along, with our habits and that, we used to, the bins at the supermarket, we used to go through those. But it doesn't sound very nice and that, but I... Do you want me to open the door for you?
All right, Billy, how you doing? I want to good. This is Neil and Jerry.
Great, how are you?
Dale's mother arrives home from her daily visit to the methadone clinic.
Yeah, every time he's been doing that, lately he ran to his own to his nappy. You finished? Trick.
Billy Evans is very shy and is happy for Tom to do most of the talking.
Tom, what sort of mother is Billy?
Oh, she's great, mate. She hasn't come across a problem that she hasn't been able to work out.
After giving birth, Billy Evans and her baby spent 21 days at Jarrah House, a women's drug rehabilitation centre in Sydney.
It becomes clear whether the child's safe or not within that family unit. And, she was a wonderful mum. She just loved him.
And is Dale at any risk if Tom and Billy are abstinent from drugs?
No, not at all.
Got his needle.